Hi, I'm Dale Perryman, and I want to share the facts about my busted SPX trade on April 9th, 2025, a day when the system failed not just me, but any trader who relies on accurate fills, trustworthy platforms, and timely communication. This video contains some information that was previously shared as well as two new sections where I outline how the bust of the 5165 trade spread loss of $116,000 was calculated and screenshots of the real-time bid-ask spreads at the time of the fill. This video consolidates the information so you can see all of the facts laid out in one place. On April 9th, SPX had an unprecedented up move of 350 points. See the middle of this chart. The trade under review occurred in this 10-minute window. The odds of this up move occurring are about the equivalent of being struck by lightning. Let me walk you through the details of the trade. First, at 10:30 a.m. Central, I sold a 10-lot SPX 5165 5200 short call spread. It was a defined risk trade executed through Schwab's platform. The platform accepted the order, confirmed the fill, and credited the funds. At this point, everything looked routine, standard trade, clean execution. Second, I placed a standing order to close all short contracts. That happened at the same time as the original trade at 10:38 a.m. At 12:19, third, 4 out of 10 of the shorts filled. Fourth, at 12:28 p.m., I closed the remaining short calls, 6 short calls, manually. At 12:29 p.m., fifth, I closed the 10 longs, the 10 5200 longs. Now, here's the key. At the time, I had every reason to believe that my fill was valid. Everything appeared normal on Schwab's platform. Nothing was flagged, no error messages, no notices, no warnings, just a filled spread and a routine close. And this part is critical. Sixth, I was not informed of the busted leg until the following day at 8:35 a.m. By then, the trade was long over. If I'd been notified promptly, I could have closed the trade immediately to limit risk, kept the long call legs as a defined risk position, or avoided closing the short legs at extreme prices. Instead, I acted based on what Schwab's system told me, that my risk was defined and my spread was intact. So from a bird's eye view, here's a drill down on the nearly 300-point move that occurred on April 9th between 12:18 and 12:30 p.m. Here you can see the 1-minute chart of SPX in real time. Notice that before the market shot up, the first red candle shows that the market went down from 50.51 to 49.99. It was at this time that I received the fill under question and later busted by the CBOE. So to me, it all seemed normal and expected. Then the market moves up in an extreme fashion, up almost 300 points in 12 minutes. The last time I saw anything like that was on Black Monday in 1987. Here's what the option chain looked like at 12:19:24 in 24 seconds. As you can see, it had a $2.20 bid and a $2.65 ask. Nothing too crazy. 22 seconds later, here you can see the $1.20 bid versus the $30 ask. This $1.20 was the fill I received legitimately. I can't help it that there was such a wide bid-ask spread at this time. I can't help it that the market makers had run for the hills. I was providing liquidity when nobody else wanted to. So let's walk through the accounting. Let me walk you through what actually happened from an accounting standpoint. At 10:30 a.m. Central, I sold a 10-lot SPX 5165 5200 short call spread for $2.40 credit, collecting $2,400. It was a defined risk trade executed through Schwab's platform. The platform accepted the order, confirmed the fill, and credited the funds. At the same time, I put on a resting profit-taking order to close all 10 contracts at $1.20. 4 out of 10 of them filled. That means I paid $480 to close those 4 contracts, reducing my net credit to $1,920. At this point, everything looked routine, standard trade, clean execution. 9 minutes later, I closed the remaining 6 short calls manually, paying $153.50 each. That cost me $92,100. So now my cumulative loss was $90,000, $90,180. But I still held the 10 long 5130 calls, which I sold 1 minute later for $91.30 each, collecting $91,300. When you do the math, $1,120 net gain. The total realized gain was $1,120. That's it. Many have asked how the minus $116,000 was calculated. Here's how that accounting works. Calculation is as follows. The difference between the close and the short strike is $291.90. Multiplied by 4, that's 4 contracts, multiplied by 100, which there's 100 shares in each contract, equals a loss of $116,760. According to Rule 6.5D3 in the 700-page rulebook, CBOE busted the trade and notified Schwab after the market closed. The rulebook requires that notification must be prompt. Schwab notified me 20 hours after they closed my trade. Would any other business tolerate this? A fire alarm alert alerts you after your house burns? A GPS routes you into a ditch and updates the map tomorrow? That's what happened here. A quote from Myron Scholes, the co-creator of the Black-Scholes model, quoted in the Financial Times, said, "If trades are not canceled and Goldman and others internalized all of the losses associated with program errors and bad algorithms, they would be more careful." I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm asking for accountability and reform. Valid fills during volatility must be honored. Defined risk trades must be treated as a unit. Traders must be notified immediately. If we don't demand fairness now, no trader is safe. This wasn't a bad trade. This was a good trade, sabotaged by a broken system. Let's fix it. Thank you.